What's up, Taurus? This is your forecast, your tarot prediction for the week of October 19th through the 25th. And let me tell you, it's going to be a little bit better. But I did get instantly in that moment a sense of like the wind being knocked out of you. So there's two things. On a macro view, it's going to get better. On a micro view, you still got some challenges ahead of you. So be mindful of that. Mercury is still in retrograde. Mars is still in retrograde. So having all of that energy still going and flowing around you, you know when things are a challenge to you, it's like, ooh, you're ruled by Venus. You like the comforts. You're ruled by Venus. You're in your sister sign, who is ruled by Venus. You like the comforts, That's not what you anticipated this Libra season. But no worries at all. We're going to get into this. And so this is for your sun, your moon, or your rising. So know what those are. And so the sun is who you are. The rising is how you come off to others, especially when they first meet you. And your moon is how you feel about others. So let's get into this, and if you like it, please go ahead and subscribe, like, share the video so that the message can be shared. I read for the highest vibrational good. So I'll be honest with you, if there's a challenge coming, I'll let you know when things are easy. It's not to scare you or it's not to lie to you and give you like a false sense of things. It's just to give you a roadmap, and what you do with it, that's your prerogative. So the beginning of the week, the 7th of Cups, which is going to be Monday, October 19th, Taurus, you're going to be feeling like, I think this is what I need to focus on. In life, you're going to be having this feeling of like, I think it's this. I think, I think, because things are being thrown off with your cognition, thrown off with your speech, thrown off with how you assert yourself. You can't use these Taurian vibrational ways in which you usually do things, like plow through things or be stable through things, or be the most consistent or give the most pushback on it. Actually, instead, you're going to have to employ some more internal things. So when you're trying to do internal things, I always say just go to your opposite sign. So if you're Taurus, your opposite side is going to be Scorpio. So what would a Scorpio do if they were interpreting something? They would surrender, they would investigate, they would be very critical, they would not be okay with the consistency of something not changing, they would look at something from a deeper level. So take a little bit of that energy here during this time and do some investigating of where it's coming up. Not sure yet if this is a career, love, life, money, whatever, but you're getting this feeling. So that wind being knocked out of you, either that happened last week or that's going to happen this week. But it's not, even if it knocks the wind out of you, it's not a surprise to you. Many things aren't a surprise to you. You see it coming before, as it's making its way. You kind of just choose to stay wherever it is that you want to stay, because you're fighting for that comfort. You're fighting for that peace. You're fighting for the things that naturally feel like they feel good to you, and wanting to honor that. So on Tuesday, October 20th, we're going to have this Lover's card. So this is a romance reading. It can be romance or family, it depends. The Lover's card, I like to say, is romance, but believe me, you can be deeply, deeply in love with someone in a platonic way, in a familial way, that it matters to you, that you will make life-altering decisions in the same way that you would in a romantic relationship. So pay attention here. I'm kind of getting the vibes, though, is romance. You don't know what you want. You don't know if this is the person that you're supposed to be with, Taurus. You don't know if this is the right decision. You don't know, because you will look at something from the perspective of what does it do for me? What need does it serve for me? But outside of, a significant other serving a need, do you love this person? Do that introspection like a Scorpio. Do you love this person for who they are, not just what they do? Because what they do consistently is an elemental of earth. But who they are, how they make you feel, is an elemental of water. So I'm going to ask you, do you love this person for who they are? Do you know why you love this person? Begin to examine that. Wednesday, October 21st, you're going to need some me time to figure it out, to figure it the fuck out. You're just going to need some me time. So go ahead and give yourself that. Now, I want you to challenge yourself a bit with your me time, because sometimes you just want to be alone so that you can pull this Venus energy back in and just be like, oh, finally I can relax, and then not even do what you were tasked to do this week. When you're in your alone time, in your most relaxed state, calmly just begin to work through how you really feel about this person. Because I'm getting a sensation that this person is in limbo, but ultimately, look, the money will be fine if you're with this person. That's not a deal. That's not an issue. And also, so there's two things. There's if this person's already in your life or if this person is coming in your life. Your biggest concern is the financial security of the whole thing. That's the concern you're at. Don't worry about that. It's going to work out. Everything is going to work out there. But you got to figure out if you actually like this person. Do you like this person or not? Do you want to be with this person or not? How do they make you feel? And I think you're making it harder on yourself than you need to. Because I feel like on Friday, let me explain to you what some energy you're going to do. You're going to do something like you don't know what you want. You bring that to the person, and then you feel like that's the wind being knocked from you, that they react in a negative way from you being honest. And you thought that the journey was, or the goal of the journey was to be honest. Yes, be honest with yourself. But when you bring a message to someone else, especially during the time of Mercury retrograde and Mars, I kind of would just prefer that you waited on delivering that message until it goes direct in November. But if you have to share it, you have to share it. You feel mentally bound, and that's why you want to just be honest. If you sold this message to Virgo or Capricorn, they would flip out, but they would appreciate the honesty. If the person you are dealing with do not have strong earth elements, and in fact have strong water elements like Scorpio, what you say to them will forever change everything. So you might feel like, I just need to share that with somebody. It lets me know that they're a good partnership, that they can take the fact that I'm nervous about this partnership. But if they have a lot of water in their chart, it's not going to work out. The relationship is not going to work out. It's going to be deeply damaged by what you say, because they're going to perceive it as you are being like, using them like a dumping ground, instead of what you're saying, which is, hey, I just want to know I can be vulnerable in my own way of being vulnerable. And this is something that's really plaguing me. Can you hold it with me? And if the situation was something different, like, shoot, I don't know how I'm going to make rent this month, or dang, I don't know how I should approach this other person for this beef we have, they would be perfect for this. But you sharing this message that has to do with y'all two and wanting them to hold it and have a sense of responsibility in the same way that an earth sign would if they do not have earth in their chart, it's actually not going to work out in the way you want to, because they're going to perceive it as something different. So heed my warning, but do what you need to. Like, if you feel called to share that message, to feel unbound, okay, expect that wind to be knocked. And then that repercussion of that, like, when, because you're going to do, let me tell you something, Taurus, you will listen to others, but you're going to do whatever the fuck you want to do. You know, I appreciate that about you. It is what it is. You are going to feel, after you share or confess this thing to this person, that you're being pulled between two opposing sides. Not like what you really want and what you don't want, like two opposing sides. Like you start really feeling bad for yourself here, because you're like, wait a minute, I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. I'm telling you, because I am trying to save you, baby. I am trying to save you. Approach it from a different way. Either work on it internally and wait till November, or if you have to say something, understand that you saying this about the relationship is putting a nail on the coffin. So be very clear that if you say it, you're okay with losing it. Because I don't feel energetically that you want to lose this relationship. I don't feel energetically you're over. I just feel like a human, you are just nervous. And you want to share that with your partner and know they can be there for you in the way you need. But pay attention, because sometimes people can be there for you in the way that you need, but you got to communicate with them in the way that they need to be communicated with. Do you get what I'm saying? And then the King of Wands at the end, I didn't mean to laugh at you, laughing with you. The King of Wands is at the end of the week. You're going to feel like, what did I just do? Now, at the end of the day, if this person is not supposed to be there or be with you, they're going to remove from your life. Maybe this is a lesson you needed to learn, but really it's just like, sometimes you got to learn the lesson the hard way. Be careful though, Taurus, because sometimes when you learn a lesson the hard way, you vow to never do something again, so you never have to face it. No, this same lesson, perpetual lesson, is going to come over and over and over and over again. This is not the first time you experience something like this. You're going to have to do it over and over and over and over again. But just know, the overall read is that there's going to be some more nurturing energy. And on Sunday, October 18th, you felt that energy go direct. And maybe perhaps, Taurus, you don't feel like this is the relationship that can nurture you in the way you need to be nurtured. And if that's the case, be honest. Live out how you feel, because you got feelings, and move forward. That's it. If this is not right for you, do not drag yourself through a field of something that's not made for you. But no worries here. I appreciate you stopping by. Let me tell you, I'm here every week. So I got you, boo.